Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Tengoku Struggle, continuing Goemon's route, and the creepy Hibiki guy, or Hiki guy, yeah, Hiki, tried to attack us, and Shiroku saved us, and I think he's shady, even though he seems so nice. I don't know, something about that's shady. Despite the fact that all our boys are cinnamon rolls, but but they seem more like real rounded people. They're awkward and stuff too, and Shiroko is just so on all the time. He's just like, you're just that guy that's like, yeah, no, everyone's my friend, everything's right, and you're like, you're hiding some shit. You cry into a milkshake every night at home. You know what I mean? There's something going on with you. Although, he did get a little blushy and embarrassed when we were gonna, deal with his wound when he got cut. So, that's interesting. It might not be shady, nefarious. It's just curious, what's going on there. But anyway. And there's no signage, but there's actually a really good pizza spot on the street. And they have a ton of toppings you can pick, too. You really know your spots. That restaurant with the rice pots was really good, too. I can't imagine you feel great after running into a guy like that. As some nice food should cheer you right up. Nice food cheers everybody up, I agree. He really knows how to comfort people. And the pizza shop was on Asakusa Trash. Oh, I see. There's just so many articles on there, I can never read them all. And the person who writes that blog must really love Asakusa. He probably walks through places like this all the time. Our conversation got me in the perfect mood for pizza, but then... Hey, it's crazy! Get over to Kotsugahara Plaza right now! Rei Nishikikoji's tossing out money! You get to keep everything you pick up! Let's go. Because remember, that guy gave away all his money? It's legit for real money! I'm just saying, but if some dude was standing there throwing out money, don't think I wouldn't be trying to scoop some of that shit up either, you know what I mean? It's money, free money. We can seriously keep this? Nishki's so crazy! What is this? It was just such a bizarre sight. A man was throwing bills from the stage. Everyone, let's all be saved together! Please take this! I've got to hurry and get the money! I'm so glad I came to Asakusa! Nishiki and Chono are the best! Excuse me, what's going on here? What? I don't have to tell you a thing! Out of my way! The man practically ran me over, but Goemon caught me. Thanks. Is this the work of that woman again? Or... I'm sure it is. Hell, our lady and Goemon are here too! And Kiku, what's going on? An act of benevolence? This wasn't the answer I wanted to hear. Both Goemon and I scowled. There, that's the guy tossing out all the money. That's Rei Nishikikoji. He's always around the top of the virtue rankings. He kept yelling, let's get saved together while he threw money out onto the street. Huh? The app isn't working right now, right? Wait, could that be the reason? He's saying he's already accumulated enough virtue to get into the heavenly realm himself, and then now he wants to help everyone. The heavenly realm. That's up to Father. To try and get people worked up with assumptions like that is arrogant. It's creepy for sure, but it seems like not even the police are able to stop that guy. Well, soon he's not going to have any money, and he's not going to be able to buy his way out of jail, so... It's not like the money's been stolen. He's given away his own money. Out of benevolence. Sure, benevolence. Come now, I've still got a lot more money! Come and get it, everyone! How does it feel to have your own trick shoved in your face, Goemon Ishikawa? You! You tossed stolen gold from the rooftops in the past, just like this, right? You gave away stolen gold, unlike Nishikikoji, who's given away his own wealth. You know what? I'm gonna need you to not be a little bitch right now, because you're making me not like you. Listen, Tetsunojo, we love you. Don't get me wrong. But you're being a cunt right now, and I don't appreciate it.
What a wonderful act of charity.
Hey, punk! You came over just to tell me that?
No, I happened to see you all here and thought I should say hi.
Did she order him to do this?
If she did, I haven't heard about it. Nishiki Koji says he just wants to be more benevolent.
Listen, you're a human, right? You see all this happening and don't think it's creepy?
Creepy? Lord Goemon right there did the same thing, right? Was it creepy when he did it?
He wasn't trying to pretend he was getting into the heavenly realm. He was spreading money around to people who couldn't afford to eat and were probably being preyed upon by their rich landowners. So, like, you know, like, a man giving away his own money is one thing. He's doing this for show and sport. You know what it, well, maybe not sport, but like show. He's doing, I'm just, look how benevolent and wonderful I am, to try to get brownie points. You know, kind of like donating money on the app. You're trying to get internet brownie points for fake internet heaven. Okay, that's kind of bullshit. You know, they mean nothing. So, but somebody who, yeah, has a lot of money and gives a lot of donations and whatever and does nice things. There's plenty of people that do that and don't, like, broadcast it for everyone to see so everyone knows how great they are. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, what he's doing is a little creepy. And what Goemon did, these people were probably, again, rich people. Now, was he stealing from just all evil rich people? No, he was just stealing from rich people. So, okay, there's questionable morality there. But, like, think about it. There were, like, plenty of, like, super rich people, and kings still are, that abuse the little people under them. You know what I'm saying? And if someone, like a Robin Hood character, you know, right, stole all their shit and was giving that money back to the people whose backs were broken to make that money. You know, I'm just saying, not creepy. It's like, that's okay. But I can understand Jack being pissed about it, because it's like, your family was a merchant family and we don't know that they did anything wrong. It's like, hey, they worked hard and made money. Doesn't mean that they deserve to have their shit stolen. You know what I mean? So, like, there's definitely, like, people that Goemon was probably stealing from that didn't deserve to have their money stolen from. You know what I mean? Just because you have more money or make more money than your neighbors does not mean that you deserve to have somebody steal your money and give it to your neighbors. Like, no. But if you, hey, I own land and I make people scrimp and save and basically sell kidneys in order to live on the land and work the land, and I'm taking all the benefit, and these people are basically like indentured servants, yeah, then maybe you suck, and maybe you deserve to have that money stolen from. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I don't think Goemon was quite going through the list and going, all right, let me analyze these people, but, you know, whatever. I would still say what he was doing was generally not as creepy as this. Was he always in the right? No, and thieving is still wrong, but, you know, still not as weird and fucked up as this, and he was doing it for noble reasons, you know what I mean? Like, people are dying because they're starving to death. You have money and you're abusing these people, stealing it, you know what I mean? Again, there's loopholes and there's, like, exceptions to the acceptable allowance, acceptable tolerance, you know, and I'm sure, you know, whatever, but, and giving away your own money is way better than stealing money from other people to give away, but this guy's doing it, like, to try to make himself look better and get bonus brownie points, and that's kind of like, you're not doing it for the right reasons. Goemon did bad things for the right reasons, you know what I mean? Like, anyway. Why, you, my lady Kiku, stop. But Goemon, none of this virtue crap had anything to do with what you did. You gave away gold to help those who were in need.
Stealing is stealing.
I mean, Jack's not wrong. What?
Japan loves to cheer for the underdog. It's easier to sympathize with the weak and people who have some tragic backstory.
Cheer for the underdog prefers to holding sympathy to the weak and to support and become their ally. They are observed with a moral impartiality, with no debate made about the morality of the subject against their opponents. I mean, again, like, what Goemon did was a good thing, but just because someone has money doesn't mean they didn't work hard for it and they deserve to have it stolen from them. You know what I mean? You can still be a good person and have a lot of money, just like you can be a shitty person and be broke. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So to Jack's point, if Goemon stole money from his family, probably not the right thing to do just because his family had money. That's not fair. But if you're exploiting the workers and things that people that work for you, then you're kind of a douche and maybe you deserve it. I don't know. You deserve some comeuppance, and Goemon was just giving you some kind of comeuppance, I guess.
I'm sure if you were never executed, if you were a proud man, you wouldn't have become the glorified chivalrous hero you are now. Your supporters, they're fools to follow such a heinous villain.
Jack's just mad because he got money stolen from him, like, good lord. Does he have something against Goemon? They don't know each other, I think. Is he just taking his aggression out on him? Even though he's human? And then I'd have to say you're just a fox burrowing the tiger's greatness. I like how we're just throwing out all sorts of fucking idioms here. Fox that borrows the tiger's greatness refers to how the unimportant inflate their importance by relying on the authority of others. Wow! We're throwing so much ye olde time shade. I never asked to be treated like a hero. The person the stories describe as a ghost. But remember this. These two aren't my followers. They're my friends. Aw, Kikinosuke's blushing. That's so sweet. We are too, a little. So, what are you then?
What do you mean?
Shinobikuni and Asaimon are friends. But are you doing all the things you want to do? If you're gonna declare yourself as my enemy, then act like one and come try to kill me. Goemon, I don't really want you fighting Jack. It's like, no, don't fight our other boyfriend. No fighting in the man harem.
You bastard!
For some reason, his right hand then moved as if he were going to pull out a blade. Oh, that would be bad. Jack's going to hell if he does. Goemon, no! He's a regular human without a desire. If you hurt him, you won't hear the end of it. But he's not a regular human, and if he whipped out his fucking scarf blade, we'd be like, whoa, 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 you ain't a regular human, are you? Are you okay? I moved my remote. You got scared. Are you okay? You alright? Calm down. It's okay, buddy. Simmer down. I know. I just wanted to say that.
Goemon Ishikawa.
It blows my mind that a human who doesn't even know me would hold so much hate toward me. Just never insult my friends again. Huh! He threw a begrudging glare our way, then slipped into the crowd. Alright, I got 100,000 yen now! Nishiki, tell us some more! And what we heard were shouts of joy. There was a saying here in Japan before this pardoning app went live. Listen and you can hear the coins speaking in the language of hell. Basically, money talks even in hell. Father isn't persuaded by money. Okay, then maybe money talks even in heaven. How upsetting. I glared up at the money dancing in the air. I understand he isn't doing anything illegal. All he's doing is giving out his own money. I mean, to be fair, money talks in hell. Like, no, you might not be able to bribe King Enma, but he still has businesses and still needs money to make hell go round. You know what I'm saying? Like, otherwise we wouldn't be... You know what I'm saying? Like, they still have businesses. Takamura runs a fucking cafe, for fuck's sake. Like, we have cosmetic departments. We have hell products. Asakusa is basically like Hell theme park. There's Hell Mansion. You know what I mean? Like, so money does talk in Hell, just maybe not in the same way as like in the real world and in the human realm where you can buy your way out of your crimes, you know? But it's kind of scary that everybody thinks you can buy your way out of your sins. So, it's a good thing, isn't it? But I think this has to be some scheme. Yeah. With the app down right now, they may be trying to gather attention in this way. Yet once again, we can't do anything. It's so upsetting. I'm frustrated. And don't be a sore loser. Don't tease me. I feel so pathetic. I'm frustrated too. We keep taking the hits and never seem to be able to predict their next move. And even if we could, we can't do anything aggressive against the humans. That's the problem, isn't it? It's like they always have a hostage. But our mission is to bring Simon and his gang back to Hell. We have to make it happen no matter what. He made his declaration with unwavering eyes. Given the situation, that's the most reassuring thing I can hear right now. Goemon? I've never mentioned this before, but I used to look up to you. I've given away money I've stolen before, too. Huh? I know you've copied me before. Sorry. I mean, there was so much going on with me, but you're a hero to me. Although Jack was right to say stealing isn't a good thing. Well, I consider myself to be someone that you saved. Just remember that. Kikanosuke blushing as he admits all that. That's so adorable. Aww. You take things so seriously. I'm from Edo, you know. I've got to. Although Sharaku beats me in that department. Yeah, you've got that right. A single 10,000 yen bill floated to the ground in front of us. Goemon picked it up and smirked. Okay, let's use this to buy a gift. That cash! Oh, sure, I got some too. I picked up like 20 bills. I was really waiting while we were standing there with Kikanosuke for Yona to be running around in the fucking background just taking money. I was really fully expecting that. Not surprised that Sharako was grabbing money too. What? Sharako spread them out on the table. What are you doing? You got this many? Have you no sense of pride? It's free money. Right? Don't you have any pride? Pride? Don't be stupid. You can never have enough money, right? I mean, it's only polite to take something you're being given. I like the fact that Yona is like, whoa, even I wouldn't do that. Yona's like, I'm jealous I wasn't there. I really would have fully expected him to do that. I'm sure the money prefers that I pick it up, since I'd put it to good use over some weirdo. Well, I suppose that's true. I don't think it's true that the money would prefer Sharaku to pick it up. But it's rude to refuse something you're being given, right? I mean, sure, I guess, but... Wait, no! I'm letting him get into my head! I didn't hurt anyone to get it either. Money just loves me so much because I'm so handsome. It came to me on its own. I can't believe you can say that about yourself. This will go in our savings jar in the kitchen. It can be for our barbecue fund. We can buy some pretty good meat with this. Oh, yeah, right. If we use it for that, then I guess it's okay. And just so you know, that whole thing was weird to watch. I don't think the guy was being manipulated to do it, but it was pretty crazy. Sensei Nono mentioned this before, but she must have a lot of people who believe in this. She's a looker. I'm sure it'd be easy to get tons of brown-nosing how do you say that? Can I not pronounce? Why can't I pronounce it right now? My brain is totally broken. Anyway. It's not lascivious. Why can't... It's like... Do you know when you're like, you know a word, and then when you see, you're like, and now my brain is broken and I can't read it anymore? Anyway, getting old men to follow her. Elderly men with promiscuous tendencies. Old men who like sex appeal, yeah. What is, why can't I? Damn, it's one, fuck. Because you don't see it very often, but you know how it's pronounced until you need to read it, and then now my brain is totally broken, and now it's like when you're trying to think of something, you're like, you know that thing with the, and it's the word car, but you can't place it, and you're like, feel like you're going crazy because you can't remember that simple fucking word. It's like that. Anyway. Shuriku alone got 200,000. I wonder how much he threw out in total.
I think he said 50 million.
50 million?
I'm sure that's chicken scratch to him. Oh man, I can't wait for that barbecue.
That's also nothing. The other guy gave away 2 billion, so.
I should have gotten some. I could have played Macabre 100,000 times.
Kikinosuke, I trust you, but you can't play too many games, okay?
Yeah, I know. I'm fine.
Games. My warning to Kikinosuke triggered a thought.
I want to learn how to do that stuff too. Maybe I can become his apprentice.
The money thing was an unexpected result, but shutting down the app was awesome, despite it only being temporary. Hey, Kikinosuke, do you think I could learn how to shut down an app like that with a little studying?
What? Well, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but you won't learn how to do it overnight.
Right. I figured as much.
The kid is his own worst critic, but he's very skilled. People can't just do stuff like that.
Right.
That said, I'd certainly welcome my lady having an interest in games. How about you try starting with Macabre's app?
Shall I install it for you? Oh, Hari. You are referring to Hell Macabre Party's healthcare app, correct? It can help you manage things like your heart rate, blood pressure, and weight. You can play mini-games on it as well. I recommend it, Master.
It monitors your combat abilities, too. There's no real downside to installing it. Once you put some time into it, let's play each other.
Do you think I can actually beat you, Kikinosuke? That might be a good experience to learn from. Can you install it for me, Hari? Understood. Hari, what's the game where I can date hot 2D men? Can you I'll install them all.
By the way, is our hero still asleep?
He just went up to the roof with Tama.
Is it lascivious? 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 Is that what it is? Lascivious? Is it lascivious?
Look, Tama, that over there's the Big Dipper. It's part of the Ursa Major constellation.
I fucking love that our child is talking to our fucking cat about things. And my brain is still on that. I think it is lascivious. Lascivious? I think that's what it is. See, but like my brain couldn't process that when it was there. I think it's also too when you're like, I don't know that, I know that word, but I don't. And then and then you just over freak out and your brain kind of blue screens because you're trying to read it, sort of, not live, but you know what I mean? Oh, and there's French words. I'm like, I can't pronounce that shit. And I move, or Italian or whatever, like the millefiori or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. That's like Frenchy words. It could be Italian. I think it's French though, but like whatever. That I'm like, I don't know those words. I don't know French. I don't know any of that. Latin, whatever. But when it's a word you know and you can't remember it off the top of your, like, it's just, you get that, like, it's like every time I start a game and I'm like, I don't know what voices to give the characters, and then I freak out a little bit. Get, like, stage fright a little bit, despite the fact that I'm recording, and I could just... That's why I usually, like, look at the game case, look at the cards, look at the characters, and I prep in advance for a voice that how they feel for me. You know? But I still get a weird stage fright thing every time we start a new game and I have to give voices to characters. I've been doing this for 6 fucking years. I've had this channel for 9 years, but we've been playing Atome games for like 6 fucking years. But still this happens. But anyway. But yeah, I like that he's stargazing with our cat. Anyway.
Yeah, I see. It's right there. Wow, you know a lot about the constellations, meow.
It's so sweet.
I just like looking at the night sky.
He's practically best buds with Tama now.
Yeah, Yeah, looks like it.
Hiyuki, what about that star over there? That's Arcturus from the Boots constellation.
Isn't it? It's not. It's Buotes, isn't it? Something like that. It's got a fancy pronunciation. It's not Boots. It's Buotes or Bootes or something like that. There's like an accent in there or something. But anyway.
Meow! I can't seem to make out the shape, meow. I know what you mean. The constellations seem like they're forcing it sometimes.
Hey, we've got some coffee and snacks ready.
Oh, Mr. Ishikawa, Miss Enma. Chief, welcome back!
Thomas sat inside the Hell Macabre Party blanket that Fujimori had wrapped around him. It's just so cute. But it's like a typical child. I just wrap my cat up in my blanket with me while we watch TV or, like, in this case, Stargaze. But the cat can interact with you, you know? The small boy sitting there with a cat was a warm and pleasant sight. That is exactly, I would bundle myself up with a blanket and sit there, me and my bird, but he doesn't want to be inside blankets. He's scared of them. You don't know why, they're snuggly. But, like, you know, you would snuggle with your teddy bears. So instead, he just jams himself into my esophagus. Close enough. I have some, oh, it's Cho, right? Cho cream pastries for you to snack on. As thanks for your help with the app. We just keep throwing in words that I can't read today.
What? Oh, no, I don't need anything in return. You're already taking care of me.
Let's just all have some together. Goemon, myself, Fujimori, and Tama together. Gazing up at the night sky, drinking coffee, and eating sweet Cho pastries.
You can see the hell tree so well from here. It's so strange it burns at night. I suppose it's also strange how all of you are from hell, too. For you to be making delicious coffee, bringing Cho pastries to someone like me, just feels that much more strange.
Fujimori? A surprised sense of loneliness was etched in his face and voice. That's because we were like buds. We were all buds, and he lost his best buds. He got reincarnated, and he was always felt lonely because his best friends were in hell. Meow. Thomas seemed to notice as well, rubbing himself against Fujimori.
Hey, you weren't going to school, are you? Don't worry, I have no intention of telling you to start going back tomorrow or something. It's just, I want to know if there's been any reason for you not to go. I might be seeing things, but I get the feeling that you need to talk to someone about it.
Talk to someone? Yeah, I guess. I've been meaning to ask you both something.
Fujimori put his mug down and fixed his glasses.
Back at school, I had a friend who started to get bullied. I'm not sure why that happened. They didn't like my friend's attitude, I guess. We weren't particularly close or anything, but we lived nearby each other and had gone to the same test prep classes. I tried to stop the bullying once. And then, the next day I'd found that someone placed a memorial tablet on my desk. It looked very homemade. Someone wrote, "Here lies Shin Fujimori, and evil must be persecuted" on it. As soon as I saw it, I instantly figured I had been murdered in this world. The cicadas were really loud then, being so close to summer break. And that was during my second year at junior high. I'm already dead. I don't really matter.
I began to grip my mug more intently. So that's what he meant back then.
I became the target of bullying, and well, that's pretty much the story.
So that's what's been going on, huh?
They never liked me in the first place, though. And they thought I was a loser who only played games and read books, a dweeby teacher's pet. They never saw me as anything else.
You know what? Honestly, someone who plays games, reads books, and is a dweeby teacher's pet, those are the people who are going to run the fucking world. So, you know, it's shut up and... not shut up, but like, you know what? Don't listen to those other fucks. Because they're going to fucking be eating your dust someday.
I'm sure that tablet would have been placed on my desk eventually.
Meow, meow, meow.
Are you trying to cheer me up, Tama? Thanks, but your horns hurt a bit. Meow! My apologies, meow! It seems like the winners in this life are tall, have good looks, and are popular with girls.
Nah, it's the rich dweebs. I was like, oh, sure. Tall, hot dudes. Yeah, people like them, but you know what? At the end of the day, money talks, motherfucker. What have we been talking about in this game the whole time? You're going to roll up there. Yeah, there's going to be some hot stud over there. That girl is going to dump his ass when she realizes he's broke and you got money. It's not the kind of romance you want, but I'm just saying, you could buy them. If you're really into that.
So, I wanted to ask you, did I do something so wrong that it was worth murdering me over?
Fujimori,
was helping him just a fake act of goodwill? Or did I fail at being righteous because I'm just evil on the inside? Also, what does it even mean to be righteous?
The hell tree stood burning across from Fujimori. What is righteousness? What is evil? What is life? What is death?
Is it because I was evil that they killed me, gave me a memorial, and then drove me completely out of the place I thought I belonged? It was all I thought about. I kept arriving at the conclusion that I was a bad person, and I resigned to the thought that I should just die.
You're not a bad person. They're the bad people.
I became so afraid of people. Of everything. Meow. 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 Maybe if I looked better or was more popular, if I was like Mr. Murakami or Mr. Uga, maybe life could have been different for me. I couldn't tell the bullies off in a cool way like main characters in stories always seem to. I was so scared and my voice was shaking, and I could barely even say standing.
Is Goemon gonna cave and tell Shin what his past life was like?
And, of course, they all laughed at me.
And this is what is the saddest part. He tried to stand up to douchebags. So the douchebags were laughing at him, whatever, little... So then they were like, yeah, no, wait, we'll just put on there, I died from being a dude, and like, try to turn it on him like he's the bad person, and he took it to heart that these trash people are telling him he's This poor fucking child. Our poor, sassy lost child.
Did I disrupt you? I'm sorry. What are you looking at? Don't look up there. Freaks me out.
It makes me think you're hearing things in the attic, like water dripping.
Hold on. Let's get you to the potty breaks. All right. I know, because I moved and disrupted you, and that means you're probably going to get fidgety and need to go potties. Good boy. Just a good boy.
Mwah. I know. But I just think it's crazy that, it's not like, oh, I did something wrong once and then everybody made fun. Like, you were trying to stand up to bullies and the bullies basically accused you of being trash like they are. You know what I mean? Like, and then you believed them. No, you're so sweet and innocent. Anyway, sorry, I'm trying to adjust myself in my chair.
At the time, I thought that I shouldn't have even attempted to do what I did. And I felt pathetic about myself for thinking that too. Ugh, I was so frustrated. I wonder just how weak I could possibly be. I couldn't change anything. Was it just impossible for me to ever come close to being a hero?
Goemon, you need to tell him what happened in his past life. Even if it means telling him that you were the reason he is dead.
Would everyone be happier if I wasn't here?
I was about to cry before I could say a word. And you didn't do anything wrong.
Huh?
You're brave. You did good.
As he spoke, Goemon tousled Fujimori's hair.
He needed that.
Ishikawa, please stop that.
You're a real man. Stand proud.
Oh, Goemon, you're making our precious lost child cry.
But let me tell you something. You are the judge of what's right and wrong.
Goemon?
Maybe you forget. I'm a heinous criminal, remember? I may be lying to your face, and I might come kill you tonight, right?
Wait, what are you...
What you believe is up to you.
Mr. Ishikawa,
It's only through seeing and hearing more things and gaining more wisdom that you'll be able to make those judgment calls. You have to do what you think is right.
but, Mr. Ishikawa,
People are capable of great deception and hurt. You will be hurt again in the future, I'm sure. Living a life without being shunned or disliked by anyone at all is difficult in my experience. But you'll always be able to find people who won't try to deceive you, and people who will help you when you're down and out.
Lord Fujimori,
Even Tom is bawling. Oh. Yeah, and Kata will help you too.
meow, 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 that's right, I'll be your ally, Lord Fujimori. Okay, now I have a cat from hell willing to be my ally.
Sometimes I think about how righteousness is ultimately just someone pushing their personal ideals onto others.
Huh?
Come on. Maybe that's a harsh way to put it, but people get carried away with righteousness, and soon enough, it becomes an excuse to hurt others.
I see. That might be true.
Goemon's words were sharp and didn't waver. Their impact was quiet and deep. Fujimori, I don't think you should be worrying about your height or your looks at all. You're amazing because you work so hard. I'm sure there are girls out there who will see that and think it's very charming.
What? You don't need to flatter me.
My lady's right. A girl's gonna fall for you someday. I guarantee it.
Huh? What?
It's always easier to leave the decision-making to other people. That way you can blame it all on them when things go wrong.
What? No, I don't want to do that.
I know. A decision you make for yourself can't be blamed on anyone else. That's what it means to be free.
I was really hoping Goemon would, tell him about his past.
Does strength bring you freedom?
Well, I still have things to learn about that.
If you're still learning, Mr. Ishikawa, then I'm just a tiny little chick.
I'm on your side, though. Don't worry.
I am too. Fujimori held back his tears.
The people in this house, and even the cat that lives here, they all really like taking care of other people, don't they? You're all just so kind. And I'm going to sleep. Good night. Thank you for the pastries.
Even while flustered, Fujimori very carefully handled his blanket and mug and ran off.
Lord Fujimori, I'm your ally as well.
So, he's his servant now, too.
It's impossible for him to leave Fujimori alone. He's such a caring cat, after all.
That must be why he threatened to bite off parts of our bodies.
He did threaten to do that, huh? Our conversation died out, and I suddenly realized it was eerily quiet without Fujimori or Tama.
That guy, he hasn't changed at all. He's honest to a fault and quick to cry. Just like always.
Goemon spoke in a low murmur. He sounded like he was reminiscing joyfully, but also painfully. I wanted to know more about Goemon's past, but I didn't want to force him to talk. Underneath the quiet, starry sky, I looked at our matching mugs.
Hey.
Huh?
If I get hurt, will you take care of my wounds?
So out of the blue. What is he saying? But I knew you wouldn't get hurt.
I'm asking you if you'd care for me or not.
Well, sure. I take care of your wounds.
Okay, that's good.
He seemed to be in a good mood for some reason. Honestly, I had no idea why.
You know, I can make you as much coffee jelly as you want, so... Do you think you can make that grilled miso onigiri again?
How shameless! I'm just the replacement.
I couldn't help but be a little more forward. My curiosity got the better of me. Are you gonna fucking tell? We're getting, like, unless his, like, route is longer and you have more chapters. I mean, are we in chapter 8 or 9? Like, you only have, like, 11 or 12, right? So, like, you're gonna have to tell me about, we're gonna have to, our past is, where's the plot? I mean, I can't say where's the plot. We've had the Oshichi plot, and I'm enjoying the ride. Don't get me wrong. 100% here, but it's like, all of a sudden you're like, I mean, we're not any closer to figuring anything out here, let alone our past, let alone, like, there's still so many loose threads that we haven't even begun to slightly tie up, you know? Aside from Oshichi and Shinosuke, that's it. Let's see. This time it'll cost you. I want you to tell me more about your life. As long as it isn't too painful for you to talk about.
Something that isn't painful, huh? I wonder what that might be.
He smiled a bit, brushing his hair back. You can answer a question I have, okay?
Go for it.
You're assigned to the bottom layer of hell, the eternal hell. The place is for people who committed every sin under the sun. Murder, theft, adultery, even the murder of one's own parents. But the other day you said you were an orphan who never knew the faces of his parents, right? Okay, good. I'm glad they brought that up, because I was thinking that when they said parenticide, and I'm like, didn't he say he was an orphan? Unless they mean, like, you know, the people that raised you, like the ninja family, like, you know, in the ninja village. You know what I mean? That would count, I guess. How can you kill your parents if you don't even know what they look like? Or did Father misjudge your sentencing?
Nothing gets by you, does it?
Living around Father and my sensei, well, and just in sensei, no, has given me a lot of insight in how to question things.
Yeah, I see. Well, I'm sure the corporate slave was going to make me talk about this eventually, so maybe this is a good time. During my trial after my death, I made a request to your dad. I asked him to make me responsible for all the sins of my comrades who were executed because of me.
What? Damn! That's pretty noble. So, like, any kind of sin that, like Shin was executed because of Goemon, so he said any sin that, and that's why he was able to just be reincarnated right away. Oh. Well, maybe not right away, but you know what I mean? Like, he's probably been reincarnated a couple of times, obviously, but it's kind of sweet.
There were 50 of them. I'm sure most of them had done some nasty stuff, like killing their own parents or priests.
You took the sins of 50 other people? What were you thinking? What kind of noble bastard are you, and how did you end up in hell? Damn! That should have been like offering to take the sins of instant pass to the heavenly realm. Damn.
They were killed because of me. It makes sense that I'd want to ease their burden.
What is this man? Amazing. Jesus. I shouldn't have asked. Because now that I've heard that, my lingering feelings, they'll grow.
It was worth it. Shinpei was reincarnated into the human realm and we've reunited.
Shinpei? You mean Fujimori?
There were times I had to shut my mouth because I was about to call him that.
This man is the worst. He died, took on his comrade's sins, and can still somehow smile like this. I feel like she's like, he is the worst because he is so beautiful and sexy and wonderful, and he's talented, and I love him, and I really just wanted to not like him, but I love him so fucking hard, but he's in love with someone else who is absolutely me, but I haven't realized that yet. He really is a heinous villain. He's really not, though. You're trying so hard to convince yourself to not love him. My feelings were barely lingering at this point. I was sure I couldn't give up on him. It really would have been so nice if Goemon was Daigoro. He is. The man who gave me such sweet feelings, even from a dream where I couldn't see his face or hear the sound of his voice. You'll hear it eventually. No, that idea is just too selfish. Goemon is Goemon. Are you in pain now, too? You like to worry. I'm fine.
Really? Are you sure? You aren't trying to hide it, right?
No, I'm not.
Harvey scared me with what they said, so I can't help but worry about him. Goemon, if you're in pain, don't hide it from me. You know my desire can't be used to fight. I'm happy to finally have a use for it.
All right. When I am in pain, I'll take you up on that.
Where's his mark? You think his mark's on his tongue too, so we have to like French kiss him? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, where's his mark? You better. That's what I'm here for.
Okay. Why don't we wrap it up for today?
Sure thing. Thank you. Oh no. I've fallen for him again tonight. I like this though. I like the pain about it because she's like, I'm so in love with him, but he's like, but he's in love with someone else, and but what if he was this person that I used to love, and oh my god, and it all is, and it's like, oh, the sweet anguish.
This time of day won't work either. Midnight, the witching hour. I've tried all kinds of times, but this well is the same as it always is.
Midnight and the witching hour are the same, aren't they? Midnight, a period of time when living things like people, animals, and plants generally sleep. It's often when the curse of the ox, a ritual to curse others to death, is conducted. That's extreme. Witching hour. This time serves as a crossroads said to be involved in the afterlife and is also said to be cursed more than the midnight hour. I thought midnight and the witching hour were the same. Shows what I know.
The high-end period court official, Ono no Takamura, traveled to hell using wells. Horror movies always have wells in them.
So you know who Takamura is? You didn't seem to know that in your own route. Interesting.
This place is too suspicious. Maybe I'm the reason why nothing happens here. I want to die.
Meow. Oh, it's Carmen. Uh-oh.
Wow, it's so white. It's beautiful. Your fur looks so neatly groomed. Are you lost? Here's some Nealfils for you. Eat up.
Meow.
What? You don't have to turn away like that. You aren't hungry. Oh, no. Can it find home? Maybe its owner is around.
She's awfully proud. She won't eat any food unless it comes out of my hand.
That's you! You're on posters and all sorts of goods. King Enma! Or, are you a cosplayer? A very convincing one.
You got it. It's a pretty good cosplay, yeah? I'm thinking of making a photo spread soon.
You know how to keep a bit going, King Enma. A cosplayer wouldn't carry himself like this. You're the real thing, aren't you?
Tetsunojo am I. No matter how many times you look down that well, you'll never see a thing. I can't let a foolish man like you into hell. Your curse will never be broken.
Yeah, every time. King Emma's voice is different every time. I can never remember, and I can never get the vibe back from the prior. I don't know, guys. He has broken me, this man. I can't.
You abused your power. Cling on to this world all you want, but it won't save your soul. That woman won't be able to save you. I'm sure you already knew that, though, yes?
Yeah, I've known that since the beginning. That's why I at least wanted to try and strike back at those guys from hell.
Strike back? It wouldn't last a second. Tch. Okay, let me show you some mercy. If you bow down and grovel for your life, I'll open the gates of hell for you. Kiss my clogs and cry for mercy.
You know his clogs are Crocs. He's wearing Crocs with little fucking doohickeys in them. Oh, dear God.
Tell me that you'll do anything I desire.
I refuse.
I see.
I gotta say, I'm disappointed. I never thought I'd see the ruler of hell stoop to such a low.
Oh?
I, Tetsunojo am I, have avoided death for ages. but I've never forgotten my pride. I'd never think to grovel for my life to someone like you in order to receive salvation. Just stay back and watch. I'll find my own way to die.
You will. You just have to whip your fucking scarf into a sword, and then you'll disappear completely.
I see. I hope it'll be entertaining at least. You better not die a boring death.
Meow. Like, money talks even in heaven. Our blood bond is 93. I mean, is his route, like, longer? Because we're only at 9. Chapter 9, 10, 11. It wasn't 12, or was it totally 12, and then there was the after. So it was like 4 more chapters? Can we... Hold on, I want to save it for a hot second. I want to see. I'm just really curious. Is his route longer than everybody else's? Because I think you can go into... Yeah, because oh, it is. Because oh, no. Oh, because 13 and 14 are the bonus chapters. And then right, so, or the whatever. So he's technically got an extra one. Okay. Because everybody else, like, you had 12, and then you have that, I think 13 and 14 are the other endings. Because you have a normal... Don't we have a normal end and then a bad end? Let me scroll up to the top. The extra stage is what happens after the bad ending. No, okay. No, I think chapter 12 is the last chapter, and then there's... Okay, so 13 is the after-credit scene. 14 is probably the bad ending, and then the extra stage. Okay. So, all right. So Goemon's might be like an extra chapter or so, which makes sense. I feel like his should be a little bit longer. You know what I mean? Because it's probably going to have a lot more plot and stuff in it. But I'm just curious because I'm like, we seem to be whipping through it and we've gotten kind of nowhere. I mean, not nowhere. It's not like, oh my God, this is dragging on and nothing's happened. We've had a lot of shit happen, but we've still nowhere closer to like tying everything up together. So I feel like it's going to happen rapid fucking fire. You know what I mean? And there have been chapters where we have been like, oh my God, and this and this and this, and so much has happened. But like, it's going to be all the plot relevant shit is going to happen all at once. And I don't think my brain's going to be able to keep up. All right.
Meow. Chief, you're up early.
Tama, I have something I need to talk about with Father. If anyone asks, just say I went out for a walk.
Meow. And then allow me to accompany.
It's okay. You can get some more sleep. Good morning, gate guard. May I pass?
Oh my, the daughter of King Enma! You're up early. Has there been an incident?
No, I just wanted to see Father.
Oh, is that so? He'll be most pleased. Enter.
That's not a lie, I don't think. Nothing's happened. I just want to see him because maybe something's happened. I came here on a whim. I wonder if he'll take such a personal request.
Sweetie, what are you standing out there for? Get in here and let Daddy see your face.
See, like, that's kind of more the voice that I was doing, but I don't know why I couldn't get it before. Right. He's connected to the gates, after all. Good morning, Father.
My cold-hearted little sweetie. Good morning.
Cold-hearted?
It's been a few weeks since you went to the human realm, and in all that time you never came to see me.
My apologies. Things have been busy.
So, why is my little sweetie so busy here so early? Even Daddy's still sleepy.
He's doing this on purpose, I'm sure. I have a request. As a Hell Guardian. It's come to my attention that my subordinate, Goemon Ishikawa, was sent to Hell because he was covering for his comrades. Is such a thing truly permissible?
And Daddy makes the rules here. There's no issue.
Isn't it a very personal exception to make?
Even in Hell Guardian School, I'd never heard of someone being able to cover for the sins of their companions.
Well, it's what he wanted.
Meow.
Sweetie, you didn't come and wake Daddy to beg for the life of a lowly prisoner, right?
They do say the early bird gets the worm. Wow, there are idioms up your ass in this one. Jesus, all of a sudden. The early bird gets the worm. An old saying which emphasizes the importance of starting something early to maximize the potential outcome. Yeah, the early birds can get the worm. I don't want worms. I'd rather have sleep. Also, can you stop calling them lowly prisoners?
Oh? What about the 3 hell demon statutes? Forget not your pride. Trust not the prisoner. Punish not with hesitation. My little sweetie, who was so attached to the statutes, couldn't possibly be showing sympathy toward prisoners, now could she?
My own father, who raised me, has such a despicable personality. Nah, we kind of love him. This isn't about sympathy. It's a request about an unprecedented situation.
And then let me ask, sweetie, would you feel that it's appropriate to absolve Goemon of his sins?
Huh?
Would you prefer Goemon Ishikawa no longer existed? Would you prefer he's reincarnated and forgets you altogether?
This was revolting. It was so terrible I wanted to throw up. I knew I just wished for it. To keep the man Goemon Ishikawa tied to hell.
What's wrong? That's only what would happen if that man atoned for his sins.
Well, why couldn't I say it? I couldn't ask for his sins to be cleared. Why? Don't leave. No. I don't want that, no matter what. Please, don't disappear from me.
Oh, doesn't this just feel so fun, sweetie? That's what's given to humans, their desire.
Oh, this is what's given to humans, sorry. Father?
A transient like you, who's supposed to be so empty inside, is looking so human now. You look so beautiful right now.
Are you flirting with me, Daddy? You're gonna piss me off.
Goemon suffered over feeling like he made his companions responsible for his actions. He bore their sins to atone for that. It's how he settled their score.
Settled their score?
You have no right to interfere with that. I'm sure you know he's not the type of guy who would be very pleased with you trying to get in the way of this, right?
In frustration and shame, I could do nothing more than hang my head. I didn't really think this through. I wanted to do something for him. I came back here to Enma Palace to do that, but now I'm only left with feeling ashamed. Ashamed and selfish. And then at the very least... Father, I know I'm asking for a lot, but I'm gonna ask anyway. You've seen Goemon's life through the Johari mirror, correct? Do you happen to know about this person, the girl of the Winter Daphnes?
Of course I do. She used to be in hell too, but's now in the human realm.
That's not a lie! That's not really a lie! What a bastard! He's like, she used to be in hell, but she's in the human realm now. And you're like, I'm gonna find that bitch. And he's like, she's a lot closer than you think. What? Daddy is a shady bastard! Because he's telling us the truth, but he knows damn well what we're gonna think.
She lives in the Asakusa Special Ward.
We do! We really do! Huh? She's that close? Oh my god. Oh my god, this man is rude. Hold on. We're getting close to time, but the bird's getting fidgety, so. But this man is so... Okay, sorry. I think I pulled my headset out for a hot second there. You good? Sorry. I walked away to give the bird a break for a hot second, and I think I pulled my headset out, so I'm sorry if the sound was jumbled or weird for like a split second, but this man is rude. He's not, what he's saying is not a lie. Good boy. The bird was getting fidgety, so I got up, but I think as I was getting up, I popped the headset on a little bit. So I hope it was only garbled and gunk and messy for like a split second. Hopefully everything is
fine now. It looks like the microphone's attached properly. Okay. Listen. Anyway. Huh? She's that close? But if she was from hell, were they not allowed to see each other again for some reason? They just have different appointments. I suppose that happens. Poor Goemon. Goemon still loves her. I know. Is there any chance they can reunite? Well, she's lost all of her memories of Goemon. Again, not true. Right, I figured. Because she's thinking she was reborn and lives in the Asakusa special. And he's sitting there, he's like, yeah, she used to be in hell, but she's living in Asakusa now. Yeah, like, really, really close to you. Yeah, she doesn't remember him, though. And you're like, yeah, because she was reborn, whatever. And it's like, nope, that's not the... Oh, dear God. He's telling us the absolute 100% truth. He's just avoiding the... You do know it's... actually, it's you. He's just avoiding that little tidbit. But nothing he's saying is a lie, but it's so shady. And I've yet again had a terrible thought that now he might finally look at me. If these two are tied by the red thread of fate, I'm sure they'll get together eventually. The red thread of fate? Oh, right. Another folktale from the human realm. And he's like, they'll get together eventually. Girl, maybe you should just kiss him. Folktale? You know, a girl your age could bear to believe in things like that. I don't care for things like that. Even the Sonza River is just... never mind. Yeah, it's just a folktale. I love the fact that, like, he took all of our memories for some reason, locked them up because we had such a traumatic death. But also, he is not, like, trying to not. He's not going to tell us straight up, you know, it's you. We have to figure that out for ourselves. But he's basically like, you could stand to believe in some romantic little fairy tales, you know. Because if you do, like, that's going to open you up to maybe realizing, you know, and whatever. And he's like, I feel like he wants us to figure it out. He's giving us the answer without being like, it's you! He's like, yeah, she lives in the human room. In fact, she actually, like, really, really close to you, like, same block. Did you want me to put GPS tracker on? And they'll be like, everywhere I go, she is. And it's like, yeah, waiting for you to learn how to do math here, you know? There will never be anyone to carry me across the river in all eternity. At the very least, I'll pray that Goemon's able to get together with this woman again. But didn't we almost fall in the river and he caught us? So it's like, he kind of almost, you know? Right. Your daddy will be praying too. See, and I really do I think he wants us to remember. But I'm not really sure why, if he took our memories away, like, what exactly was the reason? Or, here's the thing. Do you think... Because Goemon took on all the sins of his comrades that died on his behalf, right? And I'm wondering if we're one of those people. So if he was taking on her sins, if there was something like, I love her and I don't want her to suffer or whatever, and like that was part of the deal. Because you know that King Emma was like, oh, I want a human daughter. That'd be so much fun. And then Goemon's basically offering up the perfect human daughter. Oh, I'll tell her she's a transient, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of her memories, though. Like, or if Goemon kind of asks, like, take her memories because she's had such tragic fucking shit and she died in a tragic, and everything's and I don't want her to suffer, because he might never have realized. I don't think he knew that we were in love with him. I think it was when we said, yeah, this Daigoro guy, I think I might have been into him. And then he was like, yeah, I hope you loved him in the bottom of your heart. You know what I mean? I think that was the first time, like, you know? And I don't know why. I'm not sure why it's you have to figure it out on your own, I can't tell you, or Goemon's not telling you. But, you know... Yeah, because you're like, it's not like Goemon wants you to figure out that he is Daigoro. He could have just told you he was. You know what I mean? But maybe it's also like, I don't know. I don't really know what's necessarily about that, but I'm wondering if the whole we forgot everything was part of the deal. Like, because he was like, she's been through so much trauma, I don't want her to remember that. If I'm going to take on her sins, take her, like, I want her to forget all of her pain. And King Emma's like, yeah, but that means she's going to forget everything, including you. And Goemon's like, I'll suffer as long as she doesn't have to. Because look what he did. He's suffering on behalf of all the other people that died for him. You know what I mean? He's taking on all their sins. Now, like, I will take on this bunch of sins so that this person murdered their parents. That has nothing to do with them dying for you, but you still took on every sin from them because of that one little thing that they did for you. You know what I'm saying? So you don't think he would be like, I will suffer with her not remembering me as long as she doesn't have to suffer dealing with the tragic memories of how she died or whatever. He could also be thinking, because he didn't know, if we didn't know we had feelings for him, he's like, yeah, she was just a nice girl who was helping me out. I'm totally in love with her and I don't want her to hate me because she died because of me. You know what I mean? Not knowing that we would have done that because I love you, motherfucker, going down with you. We'll be together in hell. Woo! You know what I mean? Oh, it gets more tragic and beautiful as you go. And then, like, but I love the fact that King Emma's like, yeah, no, she's there. She was here, but she's there now. She doesn't remember him. I hope they find each other too. And she's like, why is he staring so intently at me like that? Anyway, and it's like, he's not technically lying to you. He is just not providing you all of the fucking information. Because you didn't ask. I wonder if you ask, am I that girl? He'd be like, yes. I'm wondering if you directly asked him if he would tell you. You know what I mean? But he wants you to figure it out first, but he's basically handing you all the pieces so that you're like, weird. She was in hell and so was I. And then now I live there. Wait, that's weird. And then this and this and then all the pieces kind of, and he's like, put the puzzle together, goddammit. Fucking put the puzzle together, you know? Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.